How you doing? My name is Sean McVeigh with Sean's Outdoor Adventures, and in this video I'm going to basically tell you what you need to do to become a professional hunter like on TV. And the reason I'm making this video is because periodically I've had people send me videos of people who are actually on TV talking about this topic, and very often they skirt the topic. They kind of just say all this other stuff and don't really address how you, the viewer, can become a professional hunter on TV. The first thing you need to realize is that all the TV networks that air hunting footage typically, unless it's some kind of a local channel, but like on your cable or your dish networks, those all charge a time slot, charge money for that time slot. The last I checked, places like the Outdoor Channel, let me get a different color here. They charge in the ballpark of $350,000, for a time slot. Pursuit Channel, you're looking at around $150,000 for a time slot, and that would be like prime time. So basically, if you have this kind of money, you can purchase a time slot. However, they're going to have some requirements you're going to have to essentially apply. So you need to have hunting footage, and it has to be in the format that they're looking for their broadcast production, their broadcast quality. Let me also say this. These are some of the top, Outdoor Channel, Pursuit Channel. Those are some of the top ones. There's more and more smaller networks that you can get on for a much cheaper price. Like I had a Dish Network emailing me for years asking me to put a show on their channel, and the cost for a slot on their channel was $40,000, as opposed to your $150 to $350. So it all depends on how far you want to go with it. So you need to apply for most of these to be on their channel, especially these bigger ones. And they want to see your hunting footage. They want to see your product. Your show is your product. So you're producing the show. So you're producing a show. That's your product. You're going to have to pitch the idea to them. And the other thing is you probably, I think you have to sign certain things that, you're pitching the idea and it doesn't necessarily protect your idea. Like they might, and you might end up seeing that show on the Outdoor Channel and be like, hey, that was my idea. And they might say, well, someone else already had the idea, or we already had the idea, whatever. So you're going to have to sign certain stuff in that regard. So you're pitching your show, you're showing your product. That means you have footage already, you have it edited up and in the format that they want. What do you need to be on these big networks is they're going to want the bulk of your footage in broadcast quality video footage. So you're going to have to check with the network on what their video camera requirements are. All right, so now, once you have all that, let's say you pitch it to a network, or even, one of those smaller operations, like the Dish Channel that I was mentioning to you, that it's like $40,000. Let's say they give you a time slot, or you get a time slot on one of those avenues. Now, you have to cover the cost of that time slot. If you are somebody who is rolling in the money and can simply afford to pay for the time slot, boom. You are on TV. You are a hunting figure. I don't know if I should call you a celebrity yet, on television. However, most people aren't rolling in that kind of money. And that's where the whole thing with sponsorships comes in. That's where the industry sometimes gets really ugly, because here I am. I want to get my own TV show. I need sponsors to help fund for the time slot. And so I need to find some that are willing to put up money for my production. And that's why in the industry, when you see people on TV or even on their internet broadcasting and YouTube, other things, people who have these sponsors, they're really bending over backwards to say what the sponsor wants them to say, try to make the sponsor look good, try to make people buy what the sponsor's selling. And that's what has fueled this whole thing. However, I'm not going to get into any more of that right now because that's a different topic. But that's basically what you need to do to have your own TV show on, your own hunting TV show. You need the right camera equipment, you need to get accepted by a network, and you need to, pay for the time slot. Those are the things you need to have your own TV show. Are you going to be rich doing it? Probably not. A lot of these people, except for your top names in the industry, a lot of people, this is like a part-time job for them. They have a main job and then they do this because they love it and they want to be on TV. They're not making like a lot of money on it. Your bigger names, Lee and Tiffany Lukoski, Michael Weidel, Bill Jordan. Of course, he owns Realtree, so he's loaded there from owning that. So but some of your big names in the industry, they're going to make more sponsorship dollars. More sponsors want to pay these people because they know that they have a big following. People like what they're doing. People like watching them, and so they can charge more for those contracts. And so they have contracts with the sponsors. This, folks, is the hardest thing. Sponsors, like companies, have everybody under the sun trying to do it and pitching them. You need to have a good media kit presentation put together, something that's going to make you stand out, that make them want to look at you. And one of the challenges there is, most people are sending them these things. They're sending them a DVD of their video footage and stuff like that. You need to really, what you need, and this is the key, and this is what a lot of them don't tell you. A lot of people who say, how do you get your own TV show, your hunting TV show? How do you become, a hunting star on TV? This is the biggest thing right here. It's all in who you know. It's all in your relationships. So the biggest thing that you can do to try to help this is go to places where you can talk to a person. The outdoor shows where a lot of these companies are, go there and get familiar with them, become friendly with them. Don't pitch your idea on the spot because they're already inundated with that. If you're at a trade show, a lot of times they're trying to promote, market. They're not there to receive your solicitations. So what you want to do is build a friendship with them, create a rapport, get on their good side. Hey, can we stay in touch? Periodically be in touch and see if there's ways you can be involved in what they're doing. The more you can build and create relationships in the industry, that is when doors will open to you for those sponsorships. It is a difficult road. It is a long road. And it's one that you have to be committed to if that's your desire and end goal. I personally haven't taken that route because, if you watch my YouTube channel, I've taken on a little bit of a different model and a different approach to this whole thing so far. And I don't want to just go and be paid to say what someone else wants me to say. I want to be authentic. I don't want to go down that road. The only way that I really see myself ever having a TV show is if I was approached by a group of sponsors who wanted this with me because of who I am and what I stand for, which is ethics. I stand for, trying to do what is right. I love big bucks. I love getting big bucks, but that's not my end all be all. My end all be all is right here, Jesus Christ. I want to go to heaven. I want to be his follower. I want to stay close to him because if I die today, I don't take the antlers with me. I take that relationship with me. I take my relationships with others who also go to heaven. We will have our relationships still. That's what I'm all about. And if I was approached by companies who are also all about that and said, hey, Sean, we love what you're doing. We want to see you be on TV and we want to make that happen. We want to sponsor you to do that. Well, then that's when I would do it. And in presenting that, I would want the public to know, hey, we have a common vision here outside of hunting. We have a goal with our life. And part of that is we enjoy the gift of hunting and we want to, offer our sight, our way of looking at that to the public. I want to be able to incorporate my faith in what I do, and I'm not going to put that down for anybody or anything. And I've had people, email me and message me and say, yo, you should cut that out of your videos. Well, no, I'd rather cut out the videos than cut that out. So anyway, that's my little tirade. But as far as the whole thing, it revolves around relationships right here. if you get in relationships with companies and with people and you build that, and then when the opportunity comes and you say, hey, by the way, I've been building this, I've been working on this video project over here. What do you think of it? What do you as a company think of it? And do you see this as something that's marketable that I could bring to TV? So that, folks, is how you become a TV, a celebrity on TV for most people. I mean, there's other people who could come in different ways. You know somebody who knows somebody and they bring you in under their wing. That's awesome. But again, it comes back to that relationships. It's who you know. And then all this other stuff, you now have a background of what all is involved. I'm going to need money to cover the time slot. I'm going to need the right video equipment. So there you have it, folks. I love you guys because we're all God's children. That's why I do what I do. And I'm trying to stay focused on that regardless of anything else. Take care. God bless.